Hi and welcome to Inside Line. This week we're looking at cheap fuel and V8 supercars. First up though is the latest push by car makers to jump into bed with each other. And Steve, we're seeing alliances that even a few years ago would have been unheard of.
Yeah, I guess it's just the way the world's gone with, economies of scale has become the buzzword in the industry. And, you look at how Europe is at the moment with, the financial crisis. We've seen the American auto industry go through all sorts of turmoil. I guess it's just inevitable. These guys want to save money, and the best way to do it is to join forces.
Indeed, yeah. But we're not quite seeing it to the level that Toyota and Subaru did with their 86 and BRZ sports car, where it is effectively the same vehicle with a different badge on each one. But we are seeing a lot more co-development. Obviously, yeah. BMW and Toyota saying they're going to do a sports car. Alfa Romeo and Mazda saying they're going to do a sports car. Seems to be happening with these lower volume type vehicles.
Hopefully we won't get back to the old, Commodore Lexan days with
badge engineering.
But, like say, the Mazda and the Alfa deal sounds great. I guess it's a win-win.
The challenge is making sure that each of those cars retains its DNA and does what people expect from an Alfa, a Toyota, a BMW, whatever it might be, making sure that the car stands up to its heritage.
Yeah, well, unless it's an Alfa, hopefully it won't rust.
Fall apart.
Speaking from experience. So hopefully there's a bit, that's part of the, an advantage there is, some of these, like I said, these companies can take advantage of technology that, their competition has already developed, and, we as consumers get, cheaper, more reliable cars.
Hopefully it all works that way. Now, from car sharing to cheap fuel, and this week the Australian Automobile Association has slammed the latest smartphone app from Woolworths, saying that it's designed to steer to cheaper fuel. Now, Steve, have you used this app?
No, I can't say I have, because I don't really see how, Caltex and Woolies are going to steer me to the cheapest fuel. They'll maybe steer me to the cheapest fuel at a Caltex or a Woolies, but they're hardly going to tell me it's a Shell down the street, are they?
No, well, the AAA says that the biggest issue they've got with it is that obviously they've got an agenda to push, so and they can potentially influence fuel prices. So why are they going to be the ones to tell you where the cheapest fuel is? They're saying it should be an independent body or someone who's not associated with it. Yeah,
it's about time we, with the way fuel prices have gone in the last decade or more, there's a big market out there for people looking for the cheap fuel, but, I don't think it's going to come from a fuel company.
It is amazing, though, that the amount of effort people put into saving 5 cents a litre, which with your average car might save you $2 or $3.
Yeah.
And at the same time, they buy a pack of chips at about 4 times the odds. So it's a bit of a weird mentality, but Australians love cheap fuel.
If you're near a service station, you're probably better off, jumping in and getting fuel, because it's not going to be that much cheaper down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, finally this week, Nissan revealed the car will run in the 2013 V8 Supercar Championship, breaking that Ford Holden duopoly. And, Steve, no real surprises here.
No, as expected, it's the the Altima that we'll get as a road car.
That we don't know yet.
Halfway through next year. So, it looks like an Altima with a wing on it and some sporty, sporty wheels. So.
And it'll probably sound like a V8 and it'll probably go all right.
Yeah, the V8 itself comes from originally a Patrol, but the engine itself is basically what Nissan used to run in the FIA GT Championship in the Nissan GTR, which was a pretty good thing. It actually won the World Championship in 2011. So, off to the right start there. But apparently this car, the Kelly Racing that's developed this car, they've probably spent more than $1 million just to get that car there, because of all the hours of design and engineering and making all the parts for it. It's a massive effort, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Well, the big question, how will it go?
Well, technically, everyone's on a level playing field. This car of the future, we'll see. The days of Ford and Holden, they are the same car underneath now. It's only the engine that's different. So,
but there's no way these things are going to be identical in terms of performance. As much as they like to say we've got parity and the things will be pretty close, there will have to be differences.
Yeah, they try as hard as they can to make sure the aerodynamics are the same and nothing's got an advantage. But, at the end of the day, something's going to have an advantage, because it's just that's the nature of sport and car racing.
I hope there are differences, because I think that's one of the things that made it really interesting. Well, that's it for Inside Line this week. As always, you can catch all the latest news and reviews here at drive.com.au. Now, next week, we're off to do our annual Car of the Year testing. We'll tell you all about that shortly, and we'll be back soon. See you then.